Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine. This is a video assignment for MGT16 Personal Ethics and Work, a report on company code of conduct, and I am from Professor Buchanan's class Monday and Wednesday 11 a.m. For this video assignment, I have read a code of conduct of Netflix, and this is what it tells me about the company. First of all, I learned that Netflix is a company that wants to connect ethics directly to its larger mission. Netflix says its mission is to entertain the world, and it also emphasizes that it wants to do so ethically, sustainably, and responsibly. To me, it just shows that Netflix really understands that entertainment is not about producing popular shows or making profit. As a global media company, Netflix has cultural influences, access to sensitive business information, and large public platform, so its ethical standard matters because its decision can really affect a lot of people, like employees, creators, audiences, investors, and even public conversations. While reading this, one part that I found very interesting is Netflix emphasis on sunshiny. This sunshiny basically means, I guess, transparency, truth, where all the candor and actions that are in Netflix's best interest are made transparent. And it also says that if an employee will not feel comfortable transparently disclosing an action to a manager or coworker, that should be a warning sign, and that behavior might be problematic. And I think this really reflects Netflix's broader cultural attitude on freedom and responsibility, because instead of only listing strict rules, Netflix seemed to expect employees to use judgment and ask themselves, would I be comfortable if other people knew I did this? Which is a useful ethical test because many workplace dilemma are not completely black and white. And I also think it just relates to the models that we learned in class, particularly the obligation duty one, where we were asked to reflect, if everyone in this world does certain action, will we be comfortable with that? Another important theme in the code of conduct that I realized is a conflict of interest. Netflix says employees are creative and has an entrepreneur perspective, but their work at Netflix should support Netflix business needs rather than personal pursuit, and it warns against situations involving personal favors, gift, entertainment, financial gains, or anything that could really create a conflict of interest between personal interests and company's interest. And I think this is especially important for Netflix because it works with so many creators, vendors, celebrities, advertiser, investors, and just a lot of public partners. And in the industry based on relationship and opportunity, really conflict interest is very common and can easily happen for a lot of reasons. For example, if someone were to give a special treatment to a friend's project or uses inside information for personal benefits, that could really just damage the trust in the company overall for decision making. I also noticed that Netflix include expectation around ethical, inclusive, and respectful working environment. It says everyone should be treated equally and respectfully, and Netflix does not tolerate harassment or discrimination, which is, I guess, very common in in code of conduct, and it just includes how people are treated inside workplace. A company can have successful product if employees can have successful product, but yes, it cannot happen if employees feel unsafe, excluded, or disrespected, and if the company's internal culture does not match societal or public value. So I think overall Netflix code of conduct tells me the company wants to present itself as a culture built on trust, transparency, accountability, and individual judgment. The code of conduct is written in a more conversational tone than like a strict ethical document, using language like you play a starring role, or you might have a speaking part. So I think this really fits with Netflix brand as an entertainment company, and it makes the document just feels accessible overall.